Hey, yo, it's me. Just a quick heads up before we get started. I am moving house in a few days, and as such, we'll probably not be recording anything for probably best part of a week. Gonna have to do some decorating. Not gonna have an internet connection for a while. There's just a lot on, yeah, it'll probably be a minute before you get another video out of me. But for now, let's just fucking commit, shall we? Who's this bald fella? It's all about money, you know. Okay. That bald fella is basically nobody, it turns out. Basically nobody. I'm wondering if there's anything else we can do upstairs in here. It's possible? There was that lovely lady who we interviewed like the moment we left the apartment, but I don't know if she's got anything more to add.
The door is closed.
Knock.
There is no answer.
Okay.
You hear the shower being turned on, somewhere inside.
Oh, somebody is in there then.
A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Beauty, don't abandon me in all this ugliness.
The door does not care.
The door probably thinks you're a has-been loser too. You feel your funny necktie becoming tighter and tighter around your neck.
A necktie hasn't spoken to me in a while. It's nice to have a bit of company from him again. Although it was him trying to convince me to... No, it actually wasn't him trying to convince me to get pissed, was it? But that's something we'll get to in a second. No, we'll leave. We'll leave. That's fine. Who's in this room? Nobody whatsoever. Cool. And is there anything else up here? Hold the old tab. Oh, we can go out this way. Didn't know about this. We can go out on the balcony. And there is, in fact... something to get excited about. A single shoe. Wait, have I only been wearing one shoe? That's my other shoe, isn't it?
There they both are. Two identical shoes. Both copiously green and
This whole time.
indiscriminately snakeskin. Reunited on your feet.
I did not clock that he was only wearing one shoe the entire time. Jesus Christ.
Like two baby crocodiles.
How do they fit?
Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Good thing I left it that long, because it meant I got to recover some morale from that. What's this? The sea of the smell. The sea of the smell makes you dizzy. Yep, that's what I meant to say, and I'm sticking to it. Is there anything else in my room we can have a little peek at? Let Kim come in with me. What's the worst that could happen? He gets to see how I live. I mean, I'm sure he can suspect it. Don't think I've investigated this very comfortable looking couch.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
No time to rest yet. Good to know, though. I can eventually go to sleep. Also, is this a door? No, it's a blind, isn't it? It's a blind, yeah, fair enough.
A mirror hangs on the wall, covered in steam.
Nope, having nothing to do with that. Okay, yeah, so there's nothing else up here, then, that I can see. I assume this was the room of the lady we spoke to back at the beginning of the game, but that seems to be about it. Maybe we can speak to her some other time. Shall we get a drink? Probably shouldn't be spending my money on that, but... doesn't mention being able to get a drink. So about that money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
How much do I owe you again?
A lot. A lot.
130.
For the room, drinks, and broken window, 130 real.
Actually, let's talk about something else.
Like what?
Bye. I don't think I'm doing too badly. I might be able to scrounge this together. Take me a while, but, you know, what the hell.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Do you know what's behind that door?
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine. He's pretty masculine. Can't judge his masculinity. Ooh. Can I just take this? Is it okay if I just take this? Seems okay that I just take that. It's mine. That's mine now. Hey yo, not spoken to you in a while.
Hello again, sweetie.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
I hope you're right. I hope it's not too bad.
You know where we are, right?
We're in Revachol.
That's right. In a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, to be precise.
Okay.
Yes, and Revachol?
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about this Revachol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I.
Okay.
I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's the spring of 51.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Fuck yeah.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Uh-oh. This is one I'm not brilliant at. Some kind of democracy, maybe?
Nope. Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
Meaning, buying is voting.
I don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got.
So if there's no government, how come there's cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
So how did I do?
You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
So who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to the lieutenant.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Well, I do.
That's a good point. This doesn't look like Rich Central.
I gotta get going now. Looks like I've got a new quest, and it might not be necessarily getting me any more in the direction of anything useful, but it's something I can actually accomplish, which I'm sort of struggling to find anything in that realm right now. So fuck it, we'll follow up on this. I'm gonna go speak to the one rich person we know. I don't know. Maybe she's not the only rich person we know, but she's the only openly rich person we know. Let's put it that way. It's quite possible the big half-naked racist is quite rich. He has that vibe.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
You seem smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we're in.
This reality?
It's related to that medical episode. I have trouble remembering even the most basic terms of reality.
Ah, yes. The episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy, now that I think of it.
She puts down her thermal cup and looks at you.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
That's it, yep, just that.
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Can't do the fun ones. What is this acute encephal... Try it again, I can do this, believe in me. Encephalopathy. Yeah, that.
It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B in the brain. Symptoms include a retrograde amnesia. It's quite serious. You should get yourself checked out.
What causes encephalopathy? Ha, did it.
Well, it's either bariatric surgery or long-term alcohol use.
Oh, it's probably from surgery then.
That seems unlikely.
Yes, and perform autoerotic asphyxiation on yourself with your funny necktie out in the open somewhere.
Uh-huh. I'm not sure if that was one of those times where this game gives me the wrong snippet of text, because it has done that a couple of times, or if that was just the necktie being the necktie. I don't feel like any of this is massively useful, but whatever. What is this? Spread your hands.
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
Keep guessing.
Some sort of krill hunter? No, wait. You're an ancient ruin. A symbol of hubris and decay. Half submerged in some salty sea.
Are you saying I'm ruined?
Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games.
I meant, what is this place here?
Ah. This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot. Or two.
What is the Rue de Saint-Ghislain 33A?
A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old.
She looks up at the crumbling facade.
This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course.
Who lived in them?
Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off. Splat, splat.
From a dilapidated balcony, Cindy the Skull gives Joyce the evil eye, her red paintbrush held to her throat.
You could be wrong, but from here it appears as if she's running the brush across her throat in a soaring motion.
Wonderful.
What is that? Point to Cindy the Skull.
The girl in the old lady rags.
Yes.
Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infraculture.
Yes, you and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
I feel like I'm being called out right now. I understand everything. Make it more complicated somehow.
I can't. That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green and wear their grandma's coat all they want. Capital has the ability to subsume all critiques into itself. Even those who would critique capital end up reinforcing it instead. All right. What next?
Suddenly, you're not so sure you're part of the supraculture.
I think I may be part of an infraculture.
And what would that be?
Disco.
I can see that, yes. I dabbled in those dark arts myself, not so long ago.
I assure you, it was a thoroughly supracultural phenomenon. All permeating. Downright mandatory. Nothing infra about disco, baby.
Your disco.
Those days are long behind me. And even in the early 30s, I would say I was more of a new girl. Disco was a minor, but still enjoyable facet of the whole thing for me.
The new.
The new. A cultural era. And the name of the decade it ravished, the 30s. It came out of post-revolutionary Revachol. It was ultra-liberal. It involved lots of partying, as you might imagine, and champagne-colored everything. By the looks of it, that would have been when you came of age. Now.
Champagne? That doesn't sound like something I'd be into. I'm straight edge.
Of course. You're much more grounded. A serious detective on a case called Reality. Speaking of, is there anything else?
I think that's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Thank you. That's all for now. Okay, so where do we stand on literally everything else? Apparently we haven't asked enough to finish that up. Ooh. This could be a thing. This could definitely be a thing. Where's the local pawn shop? Is that the place where we bring the bottles? I don't know. Still can't do that yet. Still need to internalize that. Nope. 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 Probably not. I could try that. I don't know how well that's going to go, though. I feel like that might be an option to move things forward, though. I feel like getting that debt paid off will maybe make the guy at the Whirling a little bit more cooperative with me, you know? Aside from that, drinking booze is one of my quests. I don't think... Have I got anything I can drink? I could drink the pen. Could I drink the pen? Probably can't drink the pen. Yeah, okay. Need to get our hands on some booze. Because that is a quest. It's not that I have an alcohol problem. It's a quest to find some booze. That's perfectly normal. And I'll hear nothing of it otherwise. But yeah, we can maybe call the precinct. Perhaps try and finagle some money. But first, I think I want to quickly try and stop off at what I think might be the pawn shop to see if we can find anything out about this gun. Having a gun would be cool. That would make people a little bit less intimidating if I could just shoot them when they start getting, you know, aggressive. Hey, are you a pawn shop?
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Leaf. This isn't a pawn shop. Where is the pawn shop then? Do we know where there's a pawn shop? Have we heard of a pawn shop? I know the bookshop. I know the Whirling. Is the pawn shop one of the places here? Seems unlikely, right?
An old call box. East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial area.
Wait, this is a fucking call box. I thought this was like an intercom for this building. And these are all the things inside it. This is just a fucking... This is a call box, right? This is a... Okay, okay. Does it mention... It doesn't mention anything about a pawn shop. Fuck. Empty card.
This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
He takes a step back, inspecting the other names on the list. So we can call the Whirling in Rags. Everything else is not jumping out at me. There's nothing that's relevant to anything we've done so far as I can tell. So, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Leave. Yeah, nothing for me there. I don't think... Fuck it, let's call the precinct, try and get this money then. I can get 100 out of them. I don't know what the options are going to be here, but I can probably make up the rest.
Steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Alice, please connect me to the 41st again.
Just a moment, officer.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
I am in dire need of financial assistance.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
It is paramount to the investigation that you grant me more money.
He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over.
Okay, I heard you, no funds.
Anything else, sir? Over.
10-10.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Close the door and leave. Well, I got experience from that at least, and didn't take a morale hit, so, you know, could have been worse, all things considered. So yeah, I guess I just need to make some fucking money. Oh, hold up. I won't have a place to stay tonight if I don't pay off the damages by tonight. That could be an issue. Where the fuck am I going to get cash then? I didn't realise I needed to make that money quite so quickly. I wasn't aware it was quite such a pressing issue, you know? Ooh. Electrochemistry gloves. What are the ones I've got equipped right now? Interfacing gloves. No, we'll keep the interfacing ones. Electrochemistry is just for drinking, mostly, as far as I can tell. Put a sign down. Is that a joke? It's not a very good one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fighting over this joke. Yes! More money! Oh! I think I just found the pawn shop. Yeah, this wasn't open earlier, right? I had to wait, and now I've come back at a later date, and everything's good. Can I not interact with this? Can I interact with this? Some sort of machine. An antique cash register? Mostly military wear with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in.
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hjelmdal burning. The antlers on the hood of the man's cloak and his piercing blue eyes are familiar.
What's the deal with the man on this t-shirt?
It's the man from Hjelmdal.
Walking away from his burning village. Yes.
I'm guessing I'm supposed to know who the man from Hjelmdal is, but I lost my memory recently and need help remembering basic facts about reality.
Huh?
I said I lost my memory recently and need help remembering basic facts about reality.
Oh, I see. That's tough, man. I feel the same way sometimes. The man from Hjelmdal is the hero of a series of popular books based on a fictional version of Kotla. In fact, most people don't think that man from Hjelmdal ever really existed, but they are wrong.
Hjelmdal isn't a real place.
Neither is the man a real man, of course, but both the man and Hjelmdal are an ontological necessity. But hey, it's not worth getting into an argument about.
Wow, what?
What did you mean the man from Hjelmdal was real?
I mean, even if the man from Hjelmdal didn't exist before the adventure novels, The stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really.
Okay.
You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect. Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Hjelmdal, and watched northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique, energetic tides there.
His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity. Interesting. Very, very unique energies indeed. Geomagnetic ley lines, one might even say.
I'm gonna let go of the t-shirt. Didn't seem worth it.
Typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Is that a street light?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide.
Where did you get this?
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property.
He leans in so the pawnbroker doesn't hear him.
You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
He pauses, studying the light. There's nothing else I need to know about the light. It's just a fucking light. I don't think I need one of those right now. Not a priority for me. A bust of a woman. The plaque simply reads DEI. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Win her back?
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine.
Sure, I'll dig up a truly cool figurine in the box from under the table.
Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
What is this?
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
Who?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head.
He points at the decapitated figurine.
50 cents. Bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
He lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for the head.
You know what? I know I'm meant to be saving, but it's only 50 cents.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
I will do. Don't you worry. Don't you worry at all. I'm hoping that maybe making a purchase in here will make this guy a little bit more pliable, even if it was only 50 cents. What's up here?
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Stand on the tips of your toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Wait, I need to buy this? What I really need to know is, could this device come in handy in my police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Are you sure this is all in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though I don't really like music.
He doesn't like music, like, at all.
That's odd. Why doesn't he like music?
Don't like music? What do you like then?
The stuff I record myself. Silverware shaking in drawers as motor cars race by. Nocturnal animals climbing on the roof. Airship rotors, that kind of thing.
Maybe you should ditch music as well. Get into these more experimental sounds he's describing.
They do sound interesting, but I'm not buying a stereo system today, I don't think. I think I'm good. Anyway, let's have an actual chat, shall we?
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you slowly.
What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored.
Maybe I'm all three.
As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite the collection indeed.
It keeps me entertained.
His attention is drawn once more to the play of light and shadow on the walls behind you.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe.
I didn't know I knew his name was Roy, but okay. I've got a good chance at this, so I might as well try and work out if he is high or not.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pyrrolidon? What is that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
So where does a man get Pyrrolidon these days?
How would I know?
No judgment, just curious. I probably did loads of Pyrrolidon before I lost my memory.
I've had to take it. You know, since the People's Pile clean-up. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
Must have been tough. Radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
He sighs and shakes his head.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
So how did you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but...
Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
What?
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
So, by the way, do you, happen to have any guns, like the ones carried by cops?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Well now, there we go.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God.
That explains why you knew his name was Roy as well.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
Wait, I sold you my gun?
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions, the unhealthy kind.
So was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her.
Wonder if this is the lady lorry driver, you know?
Truth be told, she was terrifying.
She has been described that way.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
I don't like it either, but if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the Citizens Militia...
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Would be real nice to get a description just to confirm it's the same person, but at least I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
I can go back into that. I assume that's just going to be the same
Sure
options.
thing.
Yeah.
Sure, man.
Okay. So you might be able to aid our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
You know anything at all about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
Well, actually, that's all I've
The
got.
pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
I have something I'd like to sell.
Let me have a look.
Let me check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I don't know how much of this is going to be, like, actually useful, but... Ooh, I can get some money for the dock worker shift card. I feel like I'm never going to use that. Like, that seems it's only going to be useful if I was trying to persuade the dock workers that I was one of them, which is something I've already opted not to do, so... Yeah, fuck it. Can I... Oh, I pressed the pawn button. That makes sense. Don't need this postcard. I'll keep hold of the pen and the empty cassette. We don't need the empty cassette case. I very much doubt that's going to come in handy. But yeah, that seems like a good... I'd like to sell my clothes.
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
He looks you up and down quickly.
And especially that tie. It swallows photons around it. I have no need for necrotic objects.
Got so much spare clothing though.
Your mother is a necrotic object! I'm fun! Look at me sparking in the light of the projector!
I don't have anything to sell at the
Another
moment.
time, perhaps.
I have other business to take care of for now. This was most informative, if not perhaps in the best way. At least I learned what happened to the gun. I should have suspected something similar, honestly. How was Kim over there? What the fuck? Did he take a different route to me? Oh yeah, there's stairs here. Didn't see those. Can I just like steal this guy's shit?
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box. A variety of shapes and colors.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
No. I'm good without sunglasses, I think. I already have glasses, I found some. They're very cool. Why would I need anything else? Right, okay. So it really does seem like we need to find this lady lorry driver. The woman in charge of seemingly ruining everything for me right now. Who's definitely present at the hanging. She's definitely been smuggling drugs. It seems very much like she's the one who bought my gun. Whether she's the ringleader in all this or just someone caught up in all the shit, who knows, but either way, she definitely seems...
the tear machine stands.
Seems like someone we should have a meeting with, if at all possible. The question is, how the fuck do we do that? I'm hoping the smoker on the balcony is going to have some really important information for me, because without that, I am almost entirely out of leads. I also don't have anywhere to sleep tonight, which is going to be another issue. But hey, we've gone full hobo cop, right? So hopefully that'll work out for me. Just sleep in a dumpster somewhere. None of these are anything we can seemingly do, aside from maybe get some alcohol, but... How much money are we up to? 39, that's not bad. It's not bad, that's like nearly a third of what we owe. I mean, we're definitely not going to get it all by the end of today. I don't think there's enough money in this game this early. Unless perhaps I was able to do some serious persuading. But... it's worth noting that this guy's teammate, and I'm sure he'll have absolutely nothing else to say to me right now, his teammate is supposedly up here somewhere, right? On the upper floors overlooking the street was sort of where it was implied that fella is. I'd really like to meet up with them, but it doesn't look like I can really go anywhere else right now. I feel like I've kind of sort of been everywhere, you know? It'd be real nice to get over here. What's this? Yep, can't even investigate that. Okay. There's no way we can get in here. I am suddenly wondering if I could have used the dock worker's card to open that door. That selling it was a massive mistake, but too late now. Too late now, we've sold up. And I feel like this is the sort of game that isn't just going to, you know, completely fuck me out of winning that way. It's not a 90s adventure game as much as it shares a lot of the same trappings, you know. So, I accidentally clicked that then. That was non-intentional. So, there's going to be some way of progressing with this game. I just need to apply myself and figure it out. Ooh, what's this? A little bit more cash for the pile? Getting closer and closer all the time. We did fully investigate this, didn't we? And it just sort of brought us to a dead end at the end of the day.
The smell of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Closed the
Did all of that. Have I feel like I've read this. Yeah, I like failed to check, didn't I? So I couldn't really
old monument.
Do anything else with that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Please help me out here.
It's the cop who turned me into a bad person.
Care to spare some change for a working stiff?
Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work.
They who?
The bosses, man.
Don't know who these bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement for them.
Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his luck. If I had saved 4 myself.
Oh, that's all for now. Bye. I feel like I've just made enemies. I've not got anywhere with anything, and have only aggravated people. There was absolutely no way we could get into this secret passage in here either, was there? I had no further options, no course of...
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Apparently, I'm doing slightly better here now. About a 1 in 3. Fuck it. Yep, I kind of saw that coming. Well, I tried my best.
Ow,
can't say I didn't.
Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Please don't cry, please don't cry. I don't want anyone to see me cry.
Are you alright? This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
Yeah, well, I don't die in one hit anymore, so I can do this kind of shit all day.
What is going on there?
An upset high-pitched
Really
voice.
Trying to break down the back door? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirits, or you'll damage the holy wards on the door.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and closed.
Okay. Okay. I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle here. I wish I could pass time.
You've hurt yourself now. I told you not to mess around back there. What are you even trying to accomplish, you fool?
I need to know what secrets lie behind the door. It's part of a spiritual quest.
You're only making things worse. Stop it. Be compelled to look at the books. Go to them.
Fuck it. Let's try more stupid checks. I don't think this one's going to hurt me. It might just damage my morale a bit, so fuck it.
Time to fire up the old lie machine.
Ma'am, do you know how me and my partner are known to our colleagues back at the station?
No.
The storekeeper has crossed her arms.
The lieutenant looks at you, waiting to see where this is going. You've got this. Just go with it. This is elegant.
Crime Bros. We're called Crime Bros, me and my partner and I.
You're called... what? What is this, a joke, Mr. Policeman? Do you commit crimes together or what?
He turns away, not before you can see a small hint of a smile. He's struggling to not crack up. Technically, that's what Crime Bros would do. Yes, commit crimes.
No, not like this. We're called Crime Bros because we like to solve crimes as brothers in arms.
Sir, I really don't have time for your jokes. The situation is very serious.
Farewell for now, book peddler. Throw me a bone, Disco Elysium, will you? What I might do, since I can't seem to find any means of just passing time in this game, before I next record, I might just wait until we reach 9 o'clock so we can go have a conversation with the smoker on the balcony. Because I am struggling to see what else we can do this here day.
The worn and beaten.
You can revisit.
I didn't mean to click that. I was just clicking randomly. And on that sort of crazy idea that I've just come up with, I think I'll probably wrap up for now. And yeah, we'll probably pick up from 9 o'clock next time and see if we can get any leads from that, because I'm pretty fucking dry right now. So let's get moist next time. I'll see you.